Welcome to my channel. My name is Big Al. I am an online trader. I also work in construction and I own a large rental portfolio. This business behind me and around me is an online selling business. I sell quite a lot of stock and I now do it on my own with the help of a few subcontractors who come in the odd time to give me a pullout. But today is not about what I do, it is about how I do it. As time has progressed and I've managed to get myself involved in my online company in my warehouse, I've managed to change a few things, and them few things I'm now going to show you how to adapt your business to a higher efficiency than what was before for me, and maybe you could learn from it so you could make your picking, packing and posting quicker. It's Monday morning and I've got about 60 parcels to pack, which is good for me because I'm not really interested in being a high power eBay seller anymore due to the fact that it comes with a caveat of being punished for success, both with the government and with eBay. So I tend to be a more calmer business now than before, only looking to donate about 3 hours of my life with this business per day. The rest of my day would be taken up by doing administration, working with my construction, and also working with my rental portfolio, which really does take a lot of my time up. Notwithstanding that this business itself does about $3,000 a week in sales and gives me a net profit of about $2,000 at its current rate because I don't employ staff, and the only thing I have to pay now is His Majesty's government for the pleasure of doing business. There are no employee taxes anymore. The only thing I have to pay now is income tax, which I'm kind of happy to do because it's a lot less hassle. And this current obligation that I have, I really do believe that the only way to run your business now is to run it on your own. So I'm going to be here 3 hours of my life every day, making sure that my business has become more effective, much more sleek in its behavior, and making sure that all of this that you see is picked, packed and posted and listed a lot quicker with a lot more effectiveness. So without further ado, let me show you what I've done with my new pick and packing table. Before, this pick and packing table used to be for two people, one person here where I'm standing and another person over there where the camera currently is. But I've decided to put it into a one-man pick and packing table, and I will now turn it around and show you what I have done so far. So here is the new picking packing station. If you see, I'm just putting these boxes away because I was packing boxes, and I'll show you how I'm doing that. If you can see, there is little letter putters. I put a little tiny box here, but in there it's got my wee thank you cards. This box here is not for any other than to hold these into place. These are bags that you can pull. So basically the idea is to pull your bag off without having to go, before they used to be folded and it took so much time pulling the bags out. Now they're sitting nice and effectively so you can just lift them off. They're of the different sizes. So you got small, you got a little bit larger, a little bit larger again, a little bit larger again. The size 7s of the eBay bags, the size 7 of the Amazon bags. And then, of course, on the right-hand side, you've got your eBay boxes and you've got your Amazon boxes and other wee boxes here. So I'm just going to pack a few boxes now. And I'm going to show you, this is a great wee thing. So you got all my foils, my wee bubble wraps, the little sleeves for the things, or the little sleeve for batteries. These are the cards for little batteries. The eBay Jiffy bags, the Amazon Jiffy bags, eBay and the Amazons, fragile stickers and more of the same. That to me is a hell of a lot more effective. Now I've got 2 tape dispensers now, one which is sellotape, which is a complete nightmare, and this new stuff which is the paper tape, which is an amazing thing to pull off. It just is absolutely first class, and it's a good system. The boxes themselves, I will pack up the boxes. I've done enough boxes for today. We've got a few boxes here. These are the boxes that I'll be using for little tiny gifts that I have. I'll put them up there for the time being. And of course for my Amazon books, which is absolutely great, is behind me. So as you can see, this is a little bag here as well. This is what I refer to as the shite bag. but what it contains is rubbish that could be used as fill. So like a piece of, like an old bag, packing bags, or these labels, these label backs, they're great for packing and fit in your box. It's brilliant. So you're recycling, and I keep anything that's cardboardy, like little tiny cardboard bits, in here. This is what I do. And of course, I've got a few spare bags here, but that shouldn't be sitting there. The idea really is to make sure that when you're picking, if you're out on your own, you want to make sure that your work-life balance is absolutely sublime. And sitting here wasting your day going, oh, where's bag number 7, or where's the bubble wrap? So we've got bubble wrap here on this. This is something we've done for a while. And the idea really is to make your life a lot easier. My life is now going to be a lot easier after doing this. The pick list is here. This is the pick list. I have done, and of course, oh yes, I forgot to show you this bit. So if you have a look, this is actually the stock that is picked for today. So that used to be where these used to be. But what I've decided to do is I've changed it. This is now my picking. So what I've done is I've picked all my stock already. That is actually all picked, ready to rock and roll, to be packed. And here below is my mailbag. So in there, there's a load of stuff already. The Amazon stuff's in there. And that means that I've got a full 360, no step, no movement system. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to be grabbed all around my area. The idea really is, and that does make the whole system a hell of a lot more efficient. You guys want to make a bit of money, and sitting here doing picking and packing all day, especially if you're doing 60 to 80 parcels. I think I've 60 parcels here with already 20 done. And this is for only Sunday and this morning. And it's a Monday morning, as I probably mentioned. I don't know if I did or not. So the idea really is to make sure that you've got absolute efficiency in how you pick, pack and post. So I've took an hour and a half picking, and the packing will take me no longer than another hour. So that's 2 hours of my time. Then I'm going to do a bit of returns, a bit of sorting out messages and that sort of stuff, and look at the administration of this account, or these accounts, sorry, of these accounts. That is eBay, Amazon, the 3 Amazon channels I have. I only now have 1 eBay channel, purely because, as I've continued to say, I'm not keen to keep on doing business with eBay. And I've got a lot of stock still sitting on the eBay channel that will eventually be either sold through eBay or removed and put onto other platforms, including my own platform, which is currently still undergoing work, which I cannot mention here because it still hasn't got its IP, which has taken a long time. But without further ado, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start packing, show you the packing before I then leave you. I'd end the video because I can't do all the packing in front of you, purely because I have to do a live as well. The live packing on Monday is vital. So what I'll do is I will just start working, and I'm just going to get my bits and pieces now, the things that I've picked. I'm just going to pull this out a bit, just bear with me. And we'll go through a few things and show you how quick. Maybe it's going to be quicker, maybe it's not. Let's see if it happens. I think the only thing I can see so far is that whilst this is overflowed, this picking box, I've more or less done it from the top to the bottom. So what I'm best doing is for doing the bottom to the top, most likely, which would probably be a better system. I picked from the top of the pick list to the bottom of the pick list. It turns out the bottom is now on the top of the box, so I have to pick from the top, so therefore I have to start from the back. And what I've just got there is a snap-on battery that I'm going to send. It's a specialist little battery, and it goes in one of my wee boxes. See, so I've already pre-packed these boxes and already done these boxes, and already my life is a lot more effective because all I have to do is that and keep that brown manila box. I don't have to pack it away. I'm just going to seal it though to make sure there's no opening, and there we go. And of course that is already done. It's actually a lot better for me. So I've got an order here for a flat battery, and it's a large letter, so I have to get a large letter box, which is quite big. The large letter is actually quite a big box. I buy these from eBay. These are the eBay branded boxes. Again, you know, my love for eBay has dropped, and I will most likely stop paying to buy boxes that have their branding on, and I will probably just use manila boxes even if they cost me more, or that type of box. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to show you what I've done. So as you can see, there is the Lenovo battery. I'm going to simply tape it to the inside of the box to make sure it doesn't move around. I'm going to put a bit of cardboard on top, just a bit of waste cardboard, just to make sure it doesn't get pierced. And that would be a large letter. Again, I must admit, I am absolutely not really happy about using the eBay branded boxes anymore, but I carry a load of stock of them. That was when I was in love with eBay. I'm not so keen on eBay's behavior now, although I must admit they have been a lot kinder to sellers recently, but I don't believe that'll last. I believe that'll change again. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that on. I'm going to change you around. So it's good that eBay has stopped MC011ing customers. I'm hearing a lot less reports on the trouble that eBay have caused. There's that rubbish. They go in that bag. But ultimately, I don't trust them as far as I throw them in regards to the new level of management coming on, and they start kicking customers off. And customers are the sellers, they are the customers. So this is for a Skyglass remote control, racing green, would you believe? We sell them too, yeah. And I'm just going to get this out. This is going to go into a nice black bag, a foamy bag, or call it bubble bag, would you call them that? And I always make sure when doing the bubble bag that I put a bit of tape on the back, because I've seen it where they open them up, and then I would like to think that, see here, I'll show you this here, without showing the customer's details. I put the actual tape behind and then the Yodel label on top, so they have to be ripped open in order to be looked at. I thought that was a class idea, but that's just something that I do. I'm just going to mark off everything I pack here because it's better that way. There's one package that I've just done here. It's a Medix turmeric shampoo conditioner. That has to go into an eBay SP1 box. And I'm just setting it up now. That's it there with packing. And what I like to do is bounce that a bit, so I'll get a bit of bagging here for that. And in she goes. See here, just do this here, put a bit of tape on that and knock that down, just so that that doesn't come up and start squirting all over the place. I have noticed that's what happens. It does, when it gets crushed, sometimes it squirts, and you don't want that to happen. And the reason why I'm doing this packing, showing you my new station, is because I get a lot of questions about how do you do this, Al? How do you make this happen? So I don't know where I was saying there. I went off on one. I have to delete that. Okay, just got caught up on a scenario here. So there's another one. The customer's bought 2 of them. It's quite nice. But I need to put them specifically into a parcel. Now, to me, they're a collection. So I'm not keen to have them ruined. What I'll do is I will pack that most likely into a small parcel box. I need to find a box that's big enough and good enough for the job. And I think I found one. Yeah, it's perfect. But it's a single skin cardboard, so I'm going to pack it out again just to make sure that the customer's boxes don't get damaged. And again, you don't want things like that to happen for the customer. This is an eBay customer. I'm going to pack that in just neatly. I want to show you what I'm doing here. So I'm going to put packaging in between, and I'm going to most likely pack that out, and I'll put some of this waste boxes. Some of these boxes are destroyed, and I'll just tap that around and pack that around these books. They're quite nice books, and I wouldn't want them being destroyed for the customer. Now, I can see that this box is way too big, so what I'll do is I'll just pop that down. Now, I've been doing eBay for close to 24 years, so in that time, it was probably one of the worst things that ever happened to be classed by eBay as a bad seller. And I suppose that's the reason why eBay no longer being promoted by me. And I'm trying very hard to make sure that their business is not as good. I do what I can to make sure I ruin their business, because they've never really offered any help or support to me as a eBayer. So I'm no longer an eBayer. I'm an online seller, and I refuse to even acknowledge that eBay are a good company because of their... And people can change, I understand that. eBay can change. But I have made a lot of decisions, and they've cost me a lot of money. This is why I now have a business that has only one member of staff. Right, okay. So that's a great wee thing. This is a pallet wrap. That's a brilliant, brilliant item. I would have highly advised of that. Little tiny pallet wrapper comes really, really well. It bonds the entire thing there. It's just a gorgeous piece of kit. And that's for Stephen. Let's get Stephen out of the way. Let's get him sorted. I'll put that on there. Track 48, no signature. Okay. So these are a funny little battery. These are little LiPo batteries I sell. They're a great wee battery, but they're for little tiny drones, little tiny mini drones. Some guys just ordered 4 of them off me. So I put it in that tiny little box that I talked about. And they go. Tiny little box. So it does show a lot more speed. It offers a lot more speed for us just to do that. That's it done. This is a great sale. I've got a brilliant sale with that one there. This is a mobile graph. That is what that is. It's a mobile graph, and it's an ambulatory blood pressure monitor. Used 500 quid. £500. eBay recommended that I put it and made sure that it was signed for, because it was over 500 quid. And there it is. It's in there. Very small. I've noticed that all I have to do is reach, and I don't have to actually move from my feet, which makes packing a lot easier, a lot quicker. And all I'm doing is I'm just simply getting it done very, very quickly, able to move very, very quickly, pulling a bag out like so with ease. So I feel that this system is probably my latest version. The latest version of this packing station, to me, is a winner for effectiveness, for efficiency, for speed. Yeah, I like it.